Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we have realistic trades NBA fan bases desperately want to see, man. So, video by Bleacher Report, Dan Faville right here. So, basically what Danny Phantom is doing here, man, is he's, like, literally asking, I think, like, a single fan of a fan base if, like, what trade they want to see go down. I guess that's supposed to represent the entire fan base. You guys that are fans of the NBA, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think these trades are realistic? Do you think they're plausible? Should it happen? Or is it just completely bat crazy insane, right, man? So, yeah, before we go on this video, if you all don't mind dropping a like on it, guys, let's get the video to 1,000 likes. And, of course, if you're one of the 97.3% of people that watch my videos that are now subscribed, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. Actually, it's like, I think it's like 54%. I don't know the exact number here on my second channel. But yeah, let's go ahead and get going on this. So the first one we have is Donovan Mitchell to the Atlanta Hawks. Okay, so this is from MJR7. Ooh, okay. Donovan Mitchell to the Jazz for DeAndre Bembry, Kevin Huerter, 2 first-round picks, and a 2nd-round pick. I'm going to say straight up, man, if you're a fan of the Utah Jazz, you won't do this in a billion years. Like, there's no way I'm trading Donovan Mitchell, for 2 basic bitch shooting guards out there. And, some draft picks that, sure, could be something. But, like, the point of draft picks is being able to draft good young talent. So I never really thought it made sense when you trade away already all-star potential good young talent, aka Donovan Mitchell, for draft picks that you have a larger chance of actually screwing up than being successful with, right, man? So it doesn't make sense. Now, if you're the Atlanta Hawks, it's absolutely perfect. I mean, Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell, yeah, sign me up. I'm going to watch that every single time. Of course, you got John Collins, Clint Capella, I almost said DeAndre Huerter, but no, it's Kevin Huerter. No, DeAndre Hunter, man. If you got those guys on the team together, yeah, that is a deadly 5 for the next, decade or so. That'd be a lot of fun to watch. But, yeah, just not really enough for the Utah Jazz. And I'm not saying Donovan Mitchell warrants, superstar type of trades yet. But you can definitely get a hell of a lot better than this. So, yes, that's going to be a no-go from Team Crispy Flakes. Okay, next up, Zach LaVine to the Charlotte Hornets. Okay, so we got Zach LaVine in exchange for Terry Rozier and Malik Monk. And this is from Chris Nelly. All right. I don't like these trades so far, guys. I like both these trades I have not looked at and be like, yo, that's the move right there. Now, if you're the Charlotte Hornets, they're very one-sided. And that's why I say they're not realistic. Because, trades often are one-sided to some extent. Like, it's never completely fair. But a lot of these are just, not fair. Like, for one, the Chicago Bulls, they already have, I'm forgetting my NBA player's name, man. Kobe White. I don't know why I'm forgetting players. I don't know why, man. Kobe White, having a J.R. Smith moment. But yeah, they already got Kobe White, who I personally like a lot. Not saying he'll ever be, like, a superstar, but I do think he has a higher ceiling than Terry Rozier. Malik Monk still has not reached his potential. But, like, Zach LaVine, okay, here's the thing about Zach LaVine. As a number 1 option, you are not going to win a lot of games with Zach LaVine. As number 1, I absolutely love Zach LaVine as a number 2/number 3 option. Probably a number 3 on a championship team. Like, you look at maybe the Toronto Raptors that won the championship last year. If you take away Kyle Lowry and you replace him with Zach LaVine and they still got Pascal Kawhi Leonard, you're still in a really good place. But yeah, straight up, this doesn't really help the Charlotte Hornets all that much because once again, Zach LaVine will be the number 1 option. Him and Devontae Graham, sure, that's interesting in the backcourt. But once again, you're just kind of sitting in mediocrity for the next, 10 seasons doing that. So, yeah, I think there's a lot better trades out there either way. I don't like this one. Next, we got Zach LaVine to the Orlando Magic in exchange for Jonathan Isaac and Terrence Ross. Ooh, man. Once again, this is by ODZ24. Okay, if this was but that's the thing. It's I don't really know what Zach LaVine's trade value is. Because, I'm thinking, okay, maybe the Magic do this if it's Aaron Gordon and Terrence Ross, but then I don't really think the Chicago Bulls are doing that trade. I don't really know, man. If you're a Bulls fan, what would you want in a trade for Zach LaVine? Let me know straight up in the comment section below. But Jonathan Isaac, to me, a little risky with him right now because he is coming off a major injury. He's only 23, so I think he'll be fine. But, yeah, when this guy returns, he legitimately has a case to be a defensive player of the year for 4 seasons. He can win it 3-4 times, guys. Jonathan Isaac is going to be that good at defense. I think the offense will definitely come too. I like Evan Fournier on the Orlando Magic. Like, he gives them enough at the 2 spot that I don't really think it warrants trading for Zach LaVine. And, of course, Terrence Ross tends to be one of the better bench players in the NBA. I mean, of course, he has his up and down seasons. But for the most part, he's always been consistent. So, yeah, I mean, if I'm the Bulls, I can't even say they can do this trade because they already got Lauri Markkanen and Wendell Carter. And Isaac, sure, he can play the 3 spot, but I like him much more on the 4. I just don't really think, all good players on the list here, just collectively, it doesn't really make much sense for either side. Okay, next up, Bradley Beal to the Denver Nuggets. This is by Nug Life. I assume you mean chicken nuggets, not... Oh, wait, the Denver Nuggets. Okay. Well, I live the Nug Life from a chicken nugget perspective. But this is a trade of Bradley Beal in exchange for Will Barton, Bobo, Gary Harris. There is no way Washington's doing this. There's no way they're doing this. Those first-round picks is going to be shit, man. They're going to be like the damn 27th picks in the draft, right? Like, if you want a guy that can drop 30 points a game like Bradley Beal, sure, you might say it's a little bit of some empty stats because, of course, he's putting up numbers on a bad team. I think at the Denver Nuggets, you're looking more at like a 22-point-per-game type of score. Will Barton's fine. Not going to do much for the Washington Wizards. Bol, we have no idea what he's going to be like. Gary Harris is, he's Gary Harris. Like, he's Gary Harris. Like, nobody's really talking about Gary Harris. And for this trade to go down, it would need to be Michael Porter Jr. He would need to be part of this trade. You need to replace probably Will Barton with Michael Porter Jr. if you're going this route. And then we're talking about it because, the Denver Nuggets are getting the sure thing, and the Washington Wizards, not only will they be getting out of the Bradley Beal's contract, but also you are getting 2 promising players in Bol and Michael Porter Jr. Like, there's no guarantees with either, but it's there at least, right? Yeah, this right here with just this, that's not enough to get a guy like Bradley Beal. Should have been an all-star this season, by the way. Yo, it's realistic time, guys. Giannis to the Golden State Warriors. Okay, here we go. So what does it take to get... Okay, I'm just going to say I scrolled down real quick. The first name I saw was Kai Bowman. This is not going to be good. This is by Southpaw 1, by the way. Oh, Jesus. Okay, Giannis... Giannis Antetokounmpo has potential to be a top 15 player of all time in the future, not right now, in the future. For Kai Bowman, Andrew Wiggins, a 2020 first round pick, which, okay, it says it's assuming it's the first pick. Okay, so let's say like Anthony Edwards. So Kai Bowman, Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Edwards, a first round pick, top 3 protected. Bro, you taking the bitch ass protections off. A second round pick from Minnesota, first round pick, and Toronto's second round pick. Okay, that's a lot of draft picks. I'm not trading Giannis. I'm not trading Giannis for that. I am not doing this trade unless it includes somebody like Klay Thompson. Like, you simply don't get players like Giannis. Because you even got to think about when Anthony Davis was traded over to the Lakers. Not only did they get a billion draft picks, but also they got Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart. This just does not get it done. And not to mention, financially, the Milwaukee Bucks would be in a bind because they have to take on Andrew Wiggins' contract. And what's that going to do? Your team going to be Eric Bledsoe, Chris Middleton, and Andrew Wiggins. And then Ersan Ilyasova is going to be playing your 4 spot. Or whatever draft pick you get. Maybe Obi Toppin, which could be something. Hell no, man. Hell no. Realistic my ass. Okay, next up. Devin Booker to the Memphis Grizzlies. I've never really thought about him on this team, but him with John Morant, assuming he's not part of the trade, could be pretty crispy. Okay, this is by DJ Yarrow. This is Devin Booker to the Phoenix Suns, whatever it takes, except John Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. Okay, that's kind of a lazy answer. I mean, to realistically get this done, for one, it would need to be Devin Booker requests a trade, because besides Ja and Jaren, there isn't really enough for the Memphis Grizzlies to trade away. There's a lot of good pieces out there that they do have, but it would really need to be like Devin Booker calls up management, be like, hey, not only do I not want to play for you anymore, Suns, but I only want to get traded to the Memphis Grizzlies. And if you trade me anywhere else, I'm going to retire. And then it's like, okay, well, what do we got to do to get this done? Then you're talking probably like Brandon Clark, Dylan Brooks, some draft picks, obviously. I mean, a lot of good young players on that team, but yeah, it would be tough to do without giving up probably a Jaren Jackson Jr. to do so, which I would not do if I was Memphis, by the way. I like his game too much. Although they do have a replacement with Brandon Clark anyway, so not really a replacement, but another good young big guy off the bench that they could use. All right, next up we got the New Orleans and the Washington swap stars. Okay, Bradley Beal. This is by Taco Tuesday. Bradley Beal for Drew Holiday and a first-round pick and a second-round pick. Okay. Bradley Beal and Drew Holiday are not in the same tier as players. And I'm not saying Drew Holiday is a bad player, but he's not Bradley Beal. Like, this is not swapping stars. In my opinion, okay, I wouldn't quite, because I don't think Drew Holiday is quite an all-star, but he's not just a role player either. As the same way, I don't think Bradley Beal is quite a superstar, but he's not just like a regular all-star either. Like, I think Bradley Beal is really solid, man. Yeah, it's not enough. Once again, it's not enough. If I have to do something realistic here, I guess it would be Bradley Beal. You know, if you want to toss in Drew Holiday, you're probably talking about Jackson Hayes. I mean, you might even be able to convince Alonzo Ball in this, but that might be a little bit too much at that point. But yeah, you don't simply just get to trade away Drew Holiday, who we know is not going to be part of the Pelicans long term anyway. So yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense there. Next up, have I liked any of these trades, or am I just bitching today? I might just be bitching, bro. I don't know, man. Gotta go eat some damn mozzarella sticks or something to make myself feel better. No, I've actually been doing pretty good, guys. Almost down to 200 pounds, which would be, my highest was like 216. So I'm doing pretty solid. I want to be doing better, but it's like, you know, there's only so much you can do in quarantine as far as exercise goes. I've been, you know, doing some exercise and stuff. But, yeah, I'm doing okay, though. Doing okay. Okay, we got CJ McCollum to Orlando. So this is by W. Kemper. CJ McCollum for Evan Fournier, Aaron Gordon, and a 2020 first-round pick, which would be the 15th pick in the draft. It's not a bad trade. That's not a, okay, I would say this is probably the best trade. And that's nothing against CJ McCollum, because I know typically, you know, fan bases always go crazy when you talk about their stars getting traded away and then no stars being talked about in return. But I mean, like, Evan Fournier I think is very underrated. Aaron Gordon gives them some much needed depth at the forward spot. And then the number 15th pick, that's not bad. I mean, I guess if you really want to get crazy with it, if you could somehow also convince them to toss in like Mo Bamba, because then essentially, you know, you can let Hassan Whiteside walk next season. You got Nurkic, and then you got Bamba as like a project. You know, I think that might even sweeten the deal a little bit more. But yeah, CJ McCollum would be a great scorer. But once again, man, I don't think Evan Fournier is the issue on the Magic. I think their issue is that they need to trade Aaron Gordon for a small forward. You know, a solid 3-and-D type of small forward. I'm not saying Jonathan Isaac can't be that, but I think Isaac needs to be that at the 4 spot, and then, you know, go for a 3 out there. I think that's what they need to do. Like, I like Markelle Fultz and Evan Fournier as a backcourt. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, yeah, CJ is better than Evan, but you're giving up quite a bit here. Okay, number 9, we got a 3-teamer, guys. Cleveland, Dallas, and Philly. So this is by Cleveland fan. Okay, Cleveland fans, here we go. It's your time to shine. Cleveland receives Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell. Dallas Mavericks receive Al Horford. And the 76ers receive Kevin Love. That's not bad. Cleveland gets out of Kevin Love's contract, which I think there's like 3 or 4 more seasons left on that. That's not bad, though. Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell. Yeah, I mean, like Dwight Powell, I think, is actually pretty underrated. Like, these are 2 pieces. These are pieces you want on championship teams, essentially. So on Cleveland, it's pretty much just get ready Kevin Love's contract. The Dallas Mavericks getting Al Horford. Yeah, Al Horford gets to go back to a center position. You put Kristaps at the 4. You know, you try it out in the short term. And in a few seasons, you got a lot of money freed up to continue building around Kristaps and Luka. And then Kevin Love fits so much better at the 4 spot alongside Joel Embiid than Al Horford does. It's not even funny. So that's actually a pretty W trade for each side. Of course, Kevin Love does have championship experience. This has probably been my favorite trade. Probably my favorite trade so far. And then we got, come on, my Pistons. I swear to God, if it says freaking Alex Caruso, I'm going to be done with this video, which I'm going to be done anyway because it's the final trade, but it's beyond the point. Give us Kuzma at least. If you want Derrick Rose, give us Kuzma. So we got... This is by Amino. So, straight up, Kyle Kuzma for Derrick Rose. Yeah, as a Piston fan, I'm doing that. Derrick Rose is great. He's been a lot of fun to watch. Not part of the future. Kyle Kuzma potentially could be a 20-point per game scorer. He's from Michigan, so it'd be kind of fun to watch him here anyway. Yeah, I'll do that trade. I'm not upset with that one bit, guys. But let me know in the comment section below what you all think about these trades. And, yeah, some good ones, some bad ones. But thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, my friends.